Heyo, it's me, Harper Savage, and today we're going to be doing a Summerween themed video. I'm going to be turning these, I'm assuming these are like garden thingies, they're mushrooms, into something for Halloween. So let's get this package open. Now I've had these for several years, so I have no idea where they came from. It kind of looks like Michael's Creatology branding, but not really. Could have been Five Below, but I don't see their branding on here either, so maybe it was Joanne's, I don't know. We got these crappy paint pots that I'm probably not going to use. But don't worry, I have a random assortment of acrylic paint that we could use. So here they are. Yeah, they're very chalky, have a hole in the bottom of them. I hate how they feel so far. I'm going to put a layer of gesso on them though, and I do actually have gesso this time. Here we are. So let me get started. Alright, so now they're both gessoed. I think I have a plan for this one. I want to do one of the long green gourds. And for this one, I want to do like the traditional orange jack-o'-lantern. So, gotta mix some paint and get started here. I don't have like a solid orange color, so I'm gonna have to hope and pray to the paint mixing gods I can make it happen. Well, it turns out I do have orange. Why did we even bother calling this cinnamon orange? It just looks orange. Anyways, I guess the praying worked. Whoa, what's this? A voiceover and a pngtuber? All at the same time? I just decided I wanted to do this for this video because there was a lot of like empty space, and I wanted to make sure this video felt different than my Inktober videos where I like show the whole process and don't talk for like at least half, if not more. And I figured since I was doing this voiceover, why not attempt to do a pngtuber thing at the same time? That was close. So I did work on these simultaneously, but through the power of editing, it's gonna look like I did the orange one all at once and then the green one all at once, so if you see discrepancies with the paint in the palettes, that's why. But I had to go in with that layer of orange on the top, and I did it twice, and then I had to go in 1,000 times with the yellow because I got orange all over the stem of the mushroom, and that yellow is super transparent. Really irritating. And then I go in and start painting the gills. I do realize, like, right away that the colors are not different enough, but I mixed all that orange, so I have to use it, right? Don't want to waste paint. But then I have the brilliant idea to go ahead and dip into the yellow that's there and just mix it right on the mushroom, and kind of leave strands of it, like, fully yellow. And some of it I blended out just to make it look like there's like gills under there. And it's not just a solid color. And then on the top, I thought it looked too flat, so I went ahead and did some brushing in with that lighter orange I had and more yellow, and I still had some of the darker orange peeking through. Not as much as I would have liked, but still a decent amount was showing. Now it's time to decide what side the face is going on, and I decided on this one. Now I started off with like the typical like cuts for the mouth, and then I went and put what I thought was stitching across, and it turned into X formation stitching, which is that cross stitching? I don't know. I don't know any terminology when it comes to sewing, okay? But I was originally trying to go for just the up and down stitching, but it just ended up being like, you know, the X looking kind. And instead of trying, I just went with it. Did the stereotypical triangular eyes. I also gave it eyebrows. I don't know why, but I did. And then I added some more stitching. It was between more stitching or like putting what would have looked like grooves, like lines for grooves in the pumpkin. You know how they're not like super duper round. And then I decided it was not enough, and I got out this glitter paint. It's an Arteza product I got in the advent calendar last year. I was like, this needs something. It's pretty plain right now. Also, I did put a layer of varnish already on it, so that's why it's already shiny here, but it wasn't going to hurt anything to put another layer of varnish on after I did all the glitter stuff. And honestly, I've had such bad luck with paint markers. I thought that the varnish was going to make the paint markers run everywhere, as it has in the past. That could have gone better. No, stop. So now we're working on the green one after I spilled the paint everywheres. The only reason why that happened was because I was trying to get the rest of the paint out of that tube. There was so little left that I just didn't want to leave it in there. I happened to have a bunch of those green tubes, so I was not worried about getting it everywhere and switching it out and never having it again. I have a bunch of those because they came with like all of the Michael's like DIY kits where you like paint a pre-printed design thing. So that's why I was like, let's just get rid of this tube. Oh, for this one, I don't paint the gills a different color. I just carry the green down to the stem to really sell that green gourd shape. And now I go in with the same color yellow I used on the orange one. I do regret using the same yellows, but I say that at the end too. This one was also annoying because I had to cover up the extra green spots that I got on the stem, and that yellow was so transparent. Next, I go in and put stripes on this gourd because the type of gourd I was basing it off of had these stripes on it. Sometimes they're yellowy stripes, sometimes they're darker green stripes. It was looking a little melony at this point, but I think I save it by adding some extra like flecks and speckles in between each of the stripes. Also, I did ignore all the little circles that these mushrooms had like imprinted in them, and I don't really think it's a big deal that there's indents in certain places. I think they still like look pretty cute the way that they came out. Now this one, it was tough because I could barely see the black over that dark green, and for some reason my mind went straight to turning this into a cat, and I don't know why. Because this is definitely not cat-shaped in my opinion. And then I bravely do the whiskers in one shot, and decide that I need to add a white outline to everything because I could not see it on that dark green. It also made the eyes like look a little bit smaller because I think I made them too big. And this one got the same treatment where I put the glitter paint on top and then I varnished them both, and we'll be doing the reveal shortly. Alright, are you guys ready for the final reveal? Boop! Here they are. They're so cute. I don't know what about this one made me be like cat, but it ended up with a cat face. And this one, I don't know what I was going for here, but I was just doing regular stitches, but then it looked like X's on here, and I was like, yeah, let's just go with that. I like how glossy they turned out. I do wish I had picked like more of a pastel yellow for this one on the bottom here, because I don't know, them being the same is kind of boring, but whatever. But I did have fun with this. I was kind of surprised because I usually avoid longer projects like this, but it's pretty fun, and I'm probably gonna have to start doing some longer projects in the future where I do some painting and makeovers again. Also, let me know in the comments if you want to see me turn this into something more than blobs. But that is going to be it for me today. If you guys want to watch another makeover video, you can tap the thumbnail here. If you want to catch up on anything you missed, you can tap the thumbnail here. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to do all the cool YouTube things of commenting, liking, subscribing, and turning on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!